Introduction to the Icon Language. Human error is part of human nature. Human error is a broad term, but we can actually break it down. It is either an unintended action or an intended action. Unintended actions are either physical errors, which are slips, or mental errors, which are lapses, and mistakes. A lapse could be tiredness, a lack of concentration, or industrial blindness. A mistake would be where you're faced with a choice and choose the wrong option. On the other hand, intended actions are violations where you know the rules and still break them. It's important to put human error into context. How were the procedures and practices influencing the person's behavior? Did the equipment add an extra pressure because it was not operating properly? How did the working environment affect performance? Was there any added pressure from other persons? As an organization, we have many tasks to achieve with people of varying experience levels and mental states. We therefore need to build safe practices around the tasks to allow for these variables. We do this with a number of control and defense measures. We will introduce these measures in the form of icons. An icon is an international symbol which can be understood no matter what language is spoken, and indeed even semi-literate people or children can understand icons. Take mobile phone icons, for example. During the training, you'll come to understand all the icons very well. In fact, you'll be learning a whole new icon-based safety language. The icons will aid you to automatically assess situations quickly and to find a way to mitigate or reduce the risk. The icons will become a second language and second nature. Throughout the training, pay attention to the 15 icons displayed at relevant times. In specific environments, 2 or 3 icons can be combined to eliminate or minimize the immediate risk or harm in that environment. In certain situations, the outline of the icon may become red to demonstrate a failed defense or control. A human error icon will also turn red when an error occurs. The 6 control icons should be applied in the following order. Elimination. The complete elimination of the hazard is the ultimate objective. Substitution. Replacing the equipment, material or process with a less hazardous one. Design. The redesign of the equipment or work processes. Isolation. Isolate or separate the hazard by guarding or enclosing it. Administration. Providing controls such as training, procedures, rules, etc. Personal protective equipment. The use of properly fitted PPE where other controls are not practical will help to minimize the degree of harm to health and safety. The 5 defense treatment options are as follows. Hardware. Hardware is the first line of defense, planning and implementing safe working equipment. Engineering controls. These are specialized add-ons to hardware and engineering procedures in the workplace. Systems. Safe systems are developed for the correct operation of equipment or workflow processes. Experience. Experience is the skills gained over time and the build-up of personal knowledge to avoid hazards. Training. Training of novices is necessary, as well as gap training, site-specific training, and continuous evaluation to ensure a safe working environment. The 4 human error icons are as follows. A slip. A slip is an unintentional physical error. A lapse. This is an unintentional mental error such as fatigue or exhaustion. A mistake. A mistake is also unintentional. This is where an incorrect decision is made. A violation. This is when one is aware of the rules but chooses to break the rule anyway. Using a combination of icons, we build a zone of tolerable risk so that we have a safety margin to operate within. Inside that safety margin, everything will be fine. If you are using your controls and defenses, you can still be human and make mistakes, have slips and lapses, and the system will cope because it is designed to tolerate a fair amount of risk. But if you add a violation to the safety margin, the moment a slip, lapse, or mistake occurs, it gets pushed out of the zone of tolerable risk, and you end up with a resulting incident. Near misses, injuries, fatalities, and equipment or environmental harm.